Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Makeup for Dummies. So, what I'm going to be doing today, as you can see, I have on brown, and you've seen the title. This is going to be called a brown sugar look. Okay, so I'm going to be using all pretty much my natural complexion colors. A little bit darker just so that you can see it. But let's just get started because I don't want this to be extra long. And I'm going to be doing foundation and contouring. So, I need to move it fast. All right, so that's why I have on brown today. And my hair is black, so I had to find a brown wig, the brownest wig I could find, and go for it. I didn't have brown rings, so I used gold. Okay, let's just get going here because we don't want to make this way too long. Okay, so I'm going to start off. Now I'm going to do it a little bit different than usual. I'm going to start off by doing my foundation, okay? So, moisturizing first. If you are a very, very oily person, do not use your hands to apply anything to your face. Always use brushes because it will get them oil glands going, get your body temperature going, and it'll send extra oil. So don't do the hand motion. Now, another thing, if you're oily, after you put your moisturizer on, okay, put some translucent powder on. This will help cut down on the oil process. I know usually you do your powders and stuff after your makeup, but for oily people, this will help you. Okay? All right. All I have on is a BB Lips moisturizer, and it is brown, but it doesn't really show up that much. So that's all I have on right now, other than what I just put on. Okay, now, I'm going to be using Estee Lauder Double Wear. This is a sample that I had got from Bon-Tons, okay? It's Estee Lauder Double Wear in the color Sandalwood, okay? This is the little packaging that they give you, for your samples, which is really, really neat. And this is what it looks like. Okay, so let me just hurry up and get this going. Don't want to take too long. Okay. All right. So I'm going to use the mirror because this is the palette that I'm going to be using today with all those browns in it. And it has a mirror on it. So that's what I'm going to use. So let me just get that off of my hands. And just put that on there. And then I'm going to just go ahead and start putting it on. My earrings is a perfect representation of the colors that I'm going to be using today. This is a foundation brush that I'm using. This is full coverage foundation. I'm not going to use a lot because I don't need a lot. I'm not trying to cover up a whole lot. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm going to take some NYC powder. Take that shine away. This is how you set it so it doesn't go anywhere and it takes the shine away. This is something that I don't generally do, and that is wear foundation, but sometimes I do. And for this look, I figured I would. Okay, now I'm going to contour. My eyes is going to be last, and that's different because I usually do my eyes first. Okay, so I'm going to use this. This is a brow powder, actually, little palette, but I don't use it for that. I use it for contouring purposes. Okay, so I have a little brush here because when you contour, you have to contour right in the hollows of your cheek. Oh, first, let me just do this. Let me bronze first. Bronzing is for the glow, and contouring is to sculpt your face, okay? So I'm going to use this Rue Beauty palette that I got from Rue 21, and I'm going to use this bronzer right here. I hope the lighting ain't too much. I'm just going to bronze those areas. You can contour your forehead as well. If you have a big forehead like I do, then this will make it appear to be smaller. That's the purpose in contouring your forehead. Okay. Now, take this little brush here, dip it in this darker color here. You definitely want to just go upwards with it. Right in those same areas. Now I have a bigger brush that I can use. I actually stole this from my Chanel setting powder package. Now if you want to kind of sculpt your chin area, you can take your bronzer, well, your contour, and go around the chin area. It kind of, they say cut it in half, and so, you know, your little double chin and all don't be all out of order or whatever. Like, I'm not no makeup artist. Disclaimer, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm just trying to, you know, tell y'all a few things that I learned. Okay, and then I have my little angle brush that I'm going to use just to kind of blend it all in. Okay. All right. That's that. Now, let me do my, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this color right here as a transition color. Hopefully you all can see that. So I'm going to take one of my, oh wait, first I got to put on my primer. Lord, child. I'm using this City Colors primer, paraben free. This is more thicker than some of the other primers that I've used, but I love, ooh, that is way too much. Okay, you don't want that much. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little mirror here and prime my eyes. When you do your foundation, you can use that as a primer. You know, when you're putting your foundation on, you can go ahead and do your eyes. Or you can do both. You can, you know, go ahead and run your foundation across it and still use a primer. Whoops. It's way thicker than the average primer that I use. Okay. Now, I'm going to take some pressed powder and set that. You could either use pressed powder, or you can use, this is a LA Colors pressed powder, or you could use that translucent powder that you saw me, you know, use on my face. And you want to tap your brushes off so that you don't get fallout, especially if you do your foundation first. You definitely don't want fallout. Some people do their eyes first, so that way if they do get fallout, they can just go ahead and use their foundation to cover it up. Okay, so I'm going to use this color here actually for my transition color. I changed my mind. This color here. It's one of the lighter browns. So I'm going to go in there. And that's going to go transition color. Well, for me, I either put it all over or in the crease. I like to just do it all over. I don't know why, I just do. Let's just transition the whole eye. Look like my little cap is falling off. I had to maneuver some stuff to get some brown going on here because I don't have brown hair, like I said before. See, my earrings kind of represent the different browns that I'm going to be doing today. Okay, so there we go, transition. Now, I'm going to take the dark brown, which is right here at the bottom, and I'm going to take this flat brush and pat that right in this corner. And then I'm going to take a transition brush, not a transition brush, a fluffy brush, the same brush I used for the transition color. And I'm going to go circular motions and just kind of drag it through my crease area. I hope you all can see what I'm doing here. Same here, circular motions and kind of drag it through your crease area. That was a little bit too much up there. So yeah, I'm just taking that through my little crease area. This could sort of be like a makeup, no makeup look, sort of, you know. Now, some of these shadows don't have fallout. So if I forget to tap it off, then it's fine. Because like this Sephora, these Sephora shadows don't have a lot of fallout. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to take this color here. It's like a lighter brown. And I'm going to use that for my lower lid. So I'm going to put some of this primer. This is an e.l.f. primer, but it's more like a loose powder. I'm sorry, a loose primer. So let me take this little brush here and put some here. And let me get this here. And I'm going to put that right on my lower lid, because I want that little lighter brown color to pop. Okay, so now I'm going to take this little brush and get some of that color. Now, actually, what I'm going to do is this color right here. I'm going to make this is going to be my lower lid color, and I'm going to put a little bit on my brow bone, so that way it can kind of match, if you know what I mean. And the reason why I chose this color is because this, if I just use a brown, it's not going to really show up, so let me get that brush again and do. All right, let me just use this one and prime the other eye. I'm trying to move fast because I don't want the video to cut off. And see, putting that primer on there helps to bring the color out more. Or you could just wet your brush, and that'll bring the color out as well. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to take this little thing here. Now, this is really a brow thing where you have the little brush on the end and you can fill in your brows. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use the little brush just to kind of brush my brows over a little bit. You know, no big deal. But the actual liner part, I'm going to line my eyes with it. And then I'm going to use some shadow to darken it up a little bit. Or to set it. But the shadow is darker than the liner. Okay, so I'm going to take my good old trusty brush here, dip it into that dark brown, and set that liner that I just put on. Okay, now I'm going to take the same little brush that I used for my lower lid, and I'm going to get that same color and put it on my little brow bone area. And then just kind of take my blending brush and just make sure that I blend it all out. So it's kind of like, you know, like I got dark in the middle and the light, you know, on the bottom, and then the light, I'm just putting a little bit more of that dark in there because it looks like it got washed out a little bit. So say I put my, you know, I set my eyes. Okay, let's just get now I'm going to be using two colors. I'm going to be using